Welcome back. And of course, we had said we would close off with some very talented young artists. And that's exactly who we have on set at this time. We're joined by the winners of the Belize Coalition to Save Our Natural Heritage art competition entitled Belize'S Offshore Through the Eyes of Children. Joining us is Communications and Research Officer for the Belize Coalition to Save Our Natural Heritage, Rochelle Renaud. And we are joined by the first place winner in the competition, Amber McCoy of Grace Primary School, Standard 4 student. We're joined by a team entry, the second place prize winner from St. Mary's Primary School, both Standard 6 students, Giselle Avila and Alika Foreman. And the third place entry is Standard 5 student of Belize Elementary School, Tanya Chi. Good morning, everybody, and welcome.
Good morning.
So let's start off with just the concept of the competition itself, Rochelle.
Okay, basically what we did, we sent out invitations to the different schools to have the children submit a poster which depicted Belize with a properly planned oil industry versus a Belize without a properly planned oil industry. So it was very interesting. We got 42 entries, and after all the judging was done, well, these ladies, they had the top 3 posters.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. We got very artistic pieces. Most of them, as the theme says, suggested a Belize with a beautiful, flourishing Belize, the clean waters,
Yeah.
thriving animals and ecosystems. And of course, there was another part of the poster which would showcase Belize with offshore drilling and a Belize with animals that are dying or already dead and extinct, and wildlife that is not thriving. So pretty much all of the posters, they had the same feel,
theme.
but of course the ones which surpass others in creativity and such categories were the
Who
winners.
judged the competition?
We had several judges. We had Dr. Isani Chan from Oceana. We also had Ms. Darish Chuck from Belize Audubon Society. We also had Ms. Tanya Williams, who is the Executive Director for Belize Coalition.
Okay, and so did they have an idea of what they were looking for? What was the criteria?
Well, we looked at several things. The depiction of the theme.
Okay.
We looked at creativity, like I said. The use of different materials. And this one is actually Amber's one that won.
Yeah,
This is the first place. Yeah. And as you can see, the photo, they all have like a part that's
The positive,
the positive and the negative, and that's pretty much what they all had.
Yeah.
So basically what they were looking at is creativity mainly, and the depiction of the theme, among other criteria.
So let me talk to Amber now. Congratulations, and congratulations to all of you. Amber, you've been here with us before talking about learning to do art and whatnot. One of the things you'd said at that time was that you need to research the topic. So before we talk about your painting, what did you learn about offshore drilling?
Well, I learned that you can't really, I learned that with the offshore drilling, there is a lot of oil spills sometimes, and it sometimes kills the animals, and if you have to be really careful for where you drill.
Okay. And how did you show that in your painting? Your drawing. Is it a drawing or painting?
A drawing.
It's a drawing. That's what I figured. Let's go back to her drawing for a bit, and then you can tell me how you were trying to show what you learned.
Well, with the proper technology, you can drill, but without having any accidents or taking up space for the marine. And without the properly planned technology, you really just take up the space and kill the animals.
Kill all the animals, right? So we have, is that a dead frog there that we see?
Yes.
Yeah. We see a dead frog, and we see that the lady is crying, right? What else is in the picture that showed that?
The flags that one that
the
shows
flags.
with the oil you can also make money, but without that you can destroy the earth.
Yeah. So with the proper planning, you have the flag with the dollar sign. So that's going to make us money with the proper planning. Fantastic. Were you how surprised were you that you won this competition?
Well, I was really surprised. I didn't really know I was going to win.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that I expected.
Fantastic. So let's move to our team effort over here. You are, once again, from St. Mary's Primary School, Standard 6 students, Gisela and Alika. So tell me what you learned in putting together this piece for the coalition. What did you learn about offshore drilling?
We learned that when oil is spilled in the water, it kills out animals in the sea, and it is not good for it.
Well, I learned that when you do offshore drilling, you can see it affects our sea animals and pollutes our waters, and we should be more careful and use more proper technology for it.
Okay. So how did you guys decide to do this together?
We were in a team and we decided to do a drawing of how the oil can damage our water.
All right. So this is your drawing here? No, this is Tanya's drawing. Okay, so we need to switch to the next one. They're going to get it for us in just a few. And what were some of the good things, the positives that you wanted to show that if oil drilling is properly executed, what can happen?
Well, money will start to come in good, and the sea animals will be protected.
Okay. I love that you still have our blue hole perfectly intact there, right? So that's all proper planning over on the left. And let's talk about what's happening over on the right.
Well, you can see animals are dying, and it is not good for people. People aren't happy with what they see. And it is damaging the waters.
And they are dying from the fumes.
They're dying from the fumes. Okay. Now, what was your reaction when you found out that you'd gotten second place?
It was very exciting, and we were happy because we came in second place, and it was good, and we decided that we did a lot of effort.
And you're happy that they realized that. Okay. So Tanya, you've had lots of time to prepare for your question as to what you've learned about offshore drilling in this process.
I learned that for those animals, that those oils in the water, they're dying, and for the other side, those animals are happy.
Yeah. Oh, I love that the fisherman is fishing and there's absolutely nothing on his hook. Why is that?
Because those fish is already dead.
So the fishermen won't be able to fish. In your scenario, if people don't plan for offshore drilling. Okay. And let's put it over to the positive side. Tell us about some of the things that you're seeing there.
Those beautiful flowers.
Yeah,
that
beautiful
they grow.
flowers. Yeah. So nature is still intact.
And those corals. And that lady fishing right there, like
she
She looks like a tourist. Is she a tourist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in the good side, we still have tourists coming to the country. Nice job. So Tanya, why did you decide to enter the competition?
Because I think this competition is meant for.
Okay. And what was your reaction when you found out that you'd been one of the top winners?
I was surprised
You were surprised? Why?
because I never won before.
You never won before. Well, it's beautiful work. All of you have really exceptional work that you've put forward. I can only imagine how difficult it was to judge.
It was.
Yeah. From the stuff that you've seen captured in the artwork that the children put forward, do you feel that the message is delivered that the coalition tries to put out about about the need for proper planning for oil drilling?
I think so, definitely, because like the girls mentioned, they touched on the damage to the economy or the thriving of the economy if it's done properly. They touched on like the tourists and how it would affect the tourism industry.
Mm-hmm.
They touched on the fishing and how it would affect the fishing industry if not done properly. So they touched on many areas, and I can tell you that looking through all 42 of them, I mean, you saw different glimpses of this in each one, and so we're sure that the message got through, and it was good that they did the research, and I'm sure their parents and teachers were there to help them out, and so it was a good thing not only for the children, but also it was a way to reach out to the adults through helping their kids know.
Because I'm sure mom and dad had to learn a lot too, right? Who helped you the most with these drawings? Who wants to tell me? Was it teacher?
Well, our art teacher
Your
gave
art
us.
teacher helped?
She gave us some pointers
Uh-huh.
and told us how we could design it and how we could do the toning.
Okay. Who helped you the most?
my art teacher. Miss
Your,
Mariana.
your art teacher too. And how about you, Tanya? Your art teacher. So art teachers get to help as well. And, you know, I think obviously we can see the level of talent that you all have. So your art teacher is definitely putting you all on the right track. And with studying and learning about offshore drilling, where did you get your information? Who helped you to get that?
My parents.
Your
and
parents, yeah. So that means they learned a few things too? And for you all?
My mom.
Yeah, your mom?
Your art teacher.
Your art teacher helped you too. So it means that the adults actually had to study a little bit as well to understand your drawing, right? Okay, then that means mission accomplished, Rochelle.
Yeah, mission accomplished. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to reach out to the kids, not only because we want that message to pass on to the adults, but I mean, they are the future, and they are the reasons that we're trying to protect our heritage and our biodiversity, the ecosystem, and they are the reasons. I mean, we want them to be able to enjoy it in the future. And speaking of enjoying it, Amber, who won first place, her class was awarded with a trip to the Holchan Marine Reserve at San Pedro, and they went to take a ride on the glass bottom boat. Some of the parents came along, and some teachers, and I think it was interesting. I mean, they all seemed to enjoy themselves. Amber got to, be the one that
You were
took
the
her
queen
class
on that trip,
of
weren't
that trip.
you? So Amber, what was your class's reaction when they found out that they were going to get this trip because you won?
They were very excited. They kept honking over and over.
And for how many of them was it their first time going out to the reef?
I'm not sure.
A lot of them, some of them,
Most of them.
most of them, it was their first time out to the reef. What was the best part of the trip for you?
When we went to the Shark Ray Alley,
Did you touch them?
no.
Did any of your friends touch them?
No. Well, one of my friends' daddy does.
Okay, he touched them. Wow, and you got the fancy glass bottom boat too. So this was part of the prize that Amber won. Let's talk about what the other girls won.
Well, they all just received cash prizes and a certificate for participating. We had an award ceremony which was held at the Bliss, and we actually showcased all the artwork. It was like an art gallery that was displayed. It was there for 2 days so people could come in and view them. And at the opening ceremony for that, that's when we awarded all of them. And they got cash prizes along with their gift certificate.
Cash prizes for more art supplies, right? Well, I want to say congratulations to all of you again. Does this mean you'll be entering all the other art competitions too? Yeah. I know you will, especially with prizes like you got from this one. Well, I want to say thank you all for coming. Thanks, parents, for waking them early and getting them here too. And thank you as well to the coalition. One, for offering this outlet to the children, and two, for bringing them here so we can learn a bit about their process. All right?
Thanks for having us.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take our final break. And when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up, so stay tuned.